Hey, how is everyone doing?
Doing all right over here.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that, actually. I'm doing all right as well. Guess what? This month, our patrons on Patreon, I hate that those words are so close to each other and they mean something different. Our Patreon backers voted for us to play a game from Ada Rook. So we're going to be playing their game, Fallow. I don't know much about this. This is one that you had heard of, correct?
Yeah, I don't even remember originally how, other than at some point in the distant past via knowing who this developer is via Tumblr.
Awesome.
But I don't know what put Fallow specifically on my radar.
Also the same Rook that played in Black Dresses.
Yeah.
Yeah, same person. So, without further ado, let's start from the beginning. Is this a Z or is it an enter key? Enter key. Okay. My sisters and I had a secret wish to die in a place that cared for us.
I see, going for something uplifting today.
I mean, it's good to have some difference in our channel. We don't want to be all negative Nancy's all the time, right? Rapid eye movement. So, immediate thoughts here. We're getting, each of the rooms appears to be named, which is like kind of the vibe you get with like open world puzzle games or Metroidvanias. It naming each of your rooms is a thing you want to do when you want people to remember where stuff is. So, I guess let's walk around. Do we have like, I think we determined this was RPG Maker, right?
Yeah.
Or most likely, given the specific... OBS has specific qualms with RPG Maker that we've learned how to deal with.
Yep.
That is our best guess here. I'm trying all the usual hotkeys to bring up a menu, and nothing is happening.
I imagine it'll cue us in at such time.
Yeah, I mean, can you blame me for trying? I'm just getting used to things, okay? Let's keep moving here. I see statues. I see the one on the wall before us here. Is this stuff we walk over? No, that's wall. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's just walk on up here. Enter or space or C to interact with or examine important things. Enter space or C. I'll use C since it's over on the opposite side. Escape or X to access. Well, okay, fine. Literally. All right. What's our menu look like? Okay, save and exit. Cool. I guess we'll want to be saving a lot.
What is that thing? We should touch it. It looks friend-shaped.
It does. And it still says rapid eye movement, so maybe it's not room names? Oh, that's right. The cradle is open. Seek the furnace.
All right.
I'll
do that.
Sure. Thanks. You got some dangly bits. Are you... Okay. Well, have fun. Wednesday. Fitzderrick Scrapfields. 3 days remain. That's some Majora's Mask foreboding right there. Is that like a jet car? No, that's just a car, but with wheels gone and... Oh. I've got control again. Okay. Oh, I see. We get small... that's going into the background. I see. Okay. Let's head towards these intestines right here. Okay, they're moving out of the way. That's nice of them. The scrap fields. I'm not in control here during these sections where it's kind of like paler and washed out like this. That is all happening on its own. But I can save in the middle of those.
Interesting. Huh.
Okay. Went for the trifecta. So what are we doing out here in the scrap fields? We got 3 days, and we're now given control. Okay. Weird that... Okay. Alright. Huh. Wow, 4 of them.
Impressive.
I know. It's so rude for me to do that while we're streaming, but like I can't choose when I sneeze. I say streaming, we're recording. The tall pines remained mostly unchanged. Remained mostly unchanged. Why past tense?
Suppose something happened.
This looks like a car, but with a car that has a rib cage coming out of it. A dead machine. Okay. That's a great way to put that. Let's move. The mind of our world had long ago been lost. Now in the death throes of its body, we did all that we could to remain. Here are the scrap fields. This looks like the place we were at earlier when I couldn't control us. 5!
Can we get a 6?
Now if we can get a 6th one going. Can we push these boulders? Is this like... No.
Sokoban puzzle brain intensifies.
I mean, can you blame me? I've been on a huge Sokoban kick recently, so like everything I'm doing has like block movement stuff. Oh, hey. Oh, are we... That looked like something. It was not something. I thought I was being clever. I was not. I had been walking in my sleep again. Ah! The Fitzderrick scrapfields were a long way from home. So we were sleepwalking up there.
Apparently.
Another dead machine. Oh, right. I'm on the wrong buttons. That explains it. What? Looked like some kind of keyhole. Well, all right. I guess we can examine these a little bit more closely. All right. What do we... So I guess maybe we need to bring a key there?
Perhaps.
I did not expect that level of interactivity, so... For a small lifetime, I had lived with my sisters in a disused homestead. Now it was only myself who occupied that hollow estate. The madness of our world had vanished all others. Burnt out hangar. Okay. Oh, I can get in here. Highly fires still burn. And then a map? And a puzzle of reading of some kind on there. You see that?
Yeah.
It's showing what appear to be like two areas in the upper left, upper right pictures appear to be like screens of the game. I don't know what that middle row of shapes is, but it's probably a puzzle thing, and that looks like a map.
Maybe.
Maybe. I do see a key there, though, so we will grab that. A key with the Fitzderrick brand. I took it with me. I'm sorry for my nose noises today. I did not anticipate this. Let's go check out this place over here. Let us through. The Fitzderrick key fit the lock.
Shiny.
The glass of the valve was warm. I pocketed it. Do you see us having to climb over stuff too? Like, we are tiny. Some unknown machinery cobbled together inside the engine cavity. Okay. So, like, this looks like some weird retro futuristic tech, right? Because, like, the design on this car looks retro, but, like, I see, like, stuff on it that makes me think, like, oh, this is weird future tech that we don't know. But also, this is after all of that somehow, because everything is disused and in repair. Disrepair. Well, that's ominous. Let's give that a moment. Isabelline Fallow, human brain inside the valve. What? A two-pronged valve socket. I slid the two-pronged valve into the machine. The image of a dine-in. Oh, and that got rid of whatever was over here. Okay.
Useful.
Hold on. I want to do one more tree thing. No? Okay. Listen! It's an RPG Maker staple to hide stuff in between trees where it doesn't look like you can walk, but you actually can. Okay? We all know As I walk in my sleep, this world whispers a dead glossolalia into my ear. I am patient. I will wait my turn, as did my sisters before me.
Was that one of the sisters in the valve there?
Maybe. We made it to the country highway. Let's see. You know what? I wonder, before we get much further, should we take like a screen cap of whatever this was on this note here? It doesn't seem to be added to our inventory.
We can.
And I don't want to walk all the way back if this is something we need. Let me just... Hold on, everyone. This will take like 2 seconds. Bam. Screen capped. Let's get back to it. Nope. All right, there we go. You still hanging? You're not lit up anymore. The image of a Dynon. All right. I don't know what that means, but I believe you. I see some footsteps leading upwards. Do you want to head down?
Sure.
Nothing but dust and wheel tracks. In the city beyond, there was nothing for me. Okay. Fallow is a curse for those unfit. Whether by sickness, treason, circumstance, or fate, Fallow is the name bestowed upon those among us who do not deserve a place in the world. My sisters and I took the name willingly. Many do by pride of their alterity or preemption of their inevitable exile. Thea, the eldest, and myself, the youngest, had abandoned our blood families and shed our given names. Viviana had been an urchin. Ellen spoke not of her life, save the last several years. The curse isolates those fallow from all those who are not. It bars us from care, compassion, empathy, trust. We had been, all of us, terribly sick. And now I was alone. It took me 46 minutes to get back to the farm. Music picked up. So it looks like the farm is that way. What's over here? A dead end, huh?
But with footprints leading down.
See, I told you about trees.
Yeah, when it shows you the footprints going that way.
I guess we don't have to head this way yet. What is over here? We should probably head towards where it wants us to go.
Yeah. Yeah, seems like it.
Yeah, okay, there's just a whole bunch of stuff over here. All right. I didn't expect it to keep going, so let's head back for now, and we'll see what it wants us to see. All right, get me out of here. Let me in! Home. All right, so home is... Oh, those are plant, the like weeds. Mm-hmm. I thought like everything was on fire for a moment. I'm like, that's... Oof. Home is up on this little ridge here that we... The overgrown husk of a tractor. I'd always been fond of the old wreck. Ellen had hated it. Alright. Guess we can't get up to that. The weathered sign had been unreadable when we first arrived. We'd carved our chosen family conga men into the old rotting boards. Fallow. Oh, I see a shiny. A weather-faded box of matches, now empty.
It's from my family.
Thea coughed a dry sort of laugh.
Well, no, they're not.
How did they...
I don't know. My mother, she might have told. Well, but even then, what could she know?
We should burn it.
You're a treasure, Issa. That look in your eyes would be enough. There's money.
Well, take that out first.
Seems more insulting than the letter somehow.
Take it, Thea. We don't turn that down.
It's yours.
Ellen smiled at one corner of her mouth. That delicate smirk almost hidden that made me feel like everything at that moment was exactly as it should be. I'll bring you the same amount then, minus the hex. Huh. I see what looks like a cave up there.
Yeah.
And we got, I guess, places to go there. That looks like a big home. Oh, hold on. Was there stuff in front of it? There is stuff in front of it. We can't... Do you want to see what happens if we try to approach whatever these are? We can't. It is just a barrier.
Okay.
And there is just a view up here of off a cliff down there. Looks like a road. Let's check out the path. Oh, that leads out. Okay. Good to know. What's over here? Good gosh, we are a lot of places to go. Another place out here. Okay. What about over... Any of these routes calling to you to begin with here? I guess I guess our immediate goal is to try to get to our home, right? And this leads out on this side over here, and there is a barrier between them. Okay, so I see something there. That at least gives us somewhere to start, right? Go around to the right, and there are gates in this direction. Okay. Nothing to say about the gates? That's fine. Starting to get a map of this place, Foreman. Let's go over here. Most of our crops struggled but in the dry soil of the barren homestead. I missed the generosity of the city's refuse, bruised fruit, stale fancy breads. Most of our crops struggled in the dry Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought it was something different. For a dirt-encrusted pendant bearing the sign of Mary Ann. I'm scared.
Shh, you're safe here.
It's not a feeling, it's a knowing. A deep, secret knowledge that there is no safety here. With you?
Isa.
It passes, but when it's there, it's so real it blots everything else out.
Are you feeling it right now?
Yes, it's so terrible. I wish I could tell myself that I'm wrong, but it's...
Like a holy truth.
Yeah.
I'll be here when it passes. I always will, so long as you want me to be.
Okay. See more of the homestead over here. What's up here? Sheets of weathered stone pushing up from under the world. Old pillars of rock, part of some elder ruin that we once lived in. Some elder ruin than the one we once lived in. Got it. Go around the back here. Anything? Okay. Is this stairs? I see. That looks fun and normal. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's keep walking around. So there's the front of that. There's the back of that. What's down here? They had repaired the tractor with parts from the other two wrecks. Been more a hobby than anything. We tilled and planted crops by hand. Thea was calmed by machines, mechanisms running as intended. I missed so severely the unextinguishable light in her fervid eyes. Locusts and beetles fitted and crawled in the shadow of the iron tractor wheel. What's in here? The rusted-out torso of another long-dead tractor. Piles of scrap and debris from Thea's tinkering. Okay. Oh, and this brings us back around. Got it. Let's see what else there is out here before we start going in buildings. The field. And what is this? The old mechanical well still functioned, albeit with an audible protest. Okay. And that appears to head down.
Yeah?
And I bet we could get there from the stairwell we just saw.
Probably so.
All right, so that shows us most of what's out here. I think the only area we haven't seen yet, all of, was back over to the left. The furthest output of this tunnel here. Let's go check that out, and then we'll start checking buildings. How's that sound?
All right.
Goes all the way over here. And then bada bing, bada boom. An empty field. Not much out here, huh?
What's that, though, by the fence?
This?
No, the thing, the round thing.
The round thing.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
A boulder. It's
See.
not interactable. All right, there doesn't appear to be anything out here. But aren't you glad we checked? It would have been maddening to get out here and not have known. All right, let's go check inside the barn back there. Believe this will lead us out, right? And then, oh, I guess we got to go up and around if we go this way. Well, that was suboptimal of me. I apologize. All right, what's in the front here? Piles of dead grass and dirt. We'd once kept chickens here. Oh, wait. Oh, there's more? Not to the sides, but to the back. Okay. Dusty light streamed in through cracks in the back wall of the barn. Once I'd had an awful nightmare after Thea disappeared. I'd come here curled up against the back wall, and Ellen found me later. She promised me she'd never leave. I still felt such anger at those words. Oh, what a wonderful little uplifting tale we got going on here. What's in the back? Nothing in this part of the barn? Okay. So still nothing that'll let us get into the home.
So when we were on the home screen, are we certain there was nothing interactable?
Which one?
The one with the home that we're trying to get into.
Yeah, both of the entrances looked like they were blocked off by those...
Yeah, but are we sure there was nothing interactable? Because usually the stuff goes away when we interact with the thing on the screen.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, but like, let's go back and check, just to be thorough. That was over this way, right?
Yeah, let's interact with that shiny thing. Do you understand? The obstacles in front of you create a blind spot. Memory can act as a mirror. It's not safe here any longer.
It's not safe here any longer.
Okay. Makes sense. Seems like we're not meant to get in here.
I legitimately did not see the bright shiny thing the first time we were here. Yeah, all right. Let's skedaddle. Hold on, one thing I want to check. Is there a screen down here? No, that's all rock. Okay, that is a barrier. Okay. Kind of looked like there might have been a screen down there, but I am seeing wrong. Okay, let's go check out what's down that set of stairs.
Yeah. That
very menacing and completely normal looking set of stairs. Let me in. Hello.
There is a flaw at the bottom of the world, a secret exit for those too broken to know.
Secret exit for those too broken to know. Oh, I wasn't even saving those other times.
Whoops.
That's good to know. Well. We now have a save. Oh, hello there.
C09S, C10S, C11NS, C12S, carrier check, T54, 033. A decision born of disease.
Thank you, Cenotaph. I'm going to take whatever this is. A silver ring that Ellen had lost not long before she disappeared. Oh, look, the story's changed since I last read it to you. Which parts? Quite a lot of it. It's a picture of the symbol on the fence now, here, see? I've seen that before, drawn on my hands in a dream. Should I stop? No, it's interesting. There's no mention of her watching the people passing by outside her lot. Didn't there used to be something about that? There was a passage about the gray dust that stained her fingers from clinging to the links of the fence. Yes, here. She stares up at the attic window of her house. A figure there, wearing the midday motes like a cowl. Passive and indistinct, but carrying some horrible significance to the deepest parts of her mind. Seems a little overwrought. Do you think the new passages come from other books or dreams? This world has a strange soul. In my dream, I was climbing a tower. Whee! I see a bright little spot over here.
That child has a connection to grandmother. The wooden Dynon. This world is her soul. It's not safe here any longer.
In the skids, huh? Well, thank you, Cordwood. That's...
Severity.
Okay. Well, it looks like we got what was there to find down here. I guess we'll see if that unlocked the ability to get into the home or not.
Perhaps.
And if not, I guess we can go back out and try the other passage, huh?
Yeah.
I do like the atmosphere this game... Oh, hey, look, it is empty now. It is open. I do like the atmosphere this game creates. It's very foreboding, obviously depressing, but, like, not without hope. Does that make sense? I don't know.
It's
maybe
kind of cozy with the guitar going and things being kind of gentle and, like...
Yeah.
Nothing horrible actively going on, but at the same time, the world being, like, seemingly on its last legs along with our character.
Well, actually,
and
we
everyone
learned
else.
more. I don't know if it's that the world is on its last legs, but, like, their ability to survive outside of the world that doesn't seem to want them, right? They can't go to the city, and we don't know how things are over there, but... Ellen's room, huh? The sheets on Ellen's bed had held not even the faintest trace of her scent. I tried often to remember, though I never could. I couldn't sleep there. Ellen had kept many books, stories of other worlds and lives new and ancient. I remembered the sound of pages turning, her gentle cough as she'd read to me. When Ellen disappeared, all her books had gone also. I'd forgotten their names. Not even dust remained on the small wooden table. None of Ellen's clothes remained. It was as if she had never inhabited the room. Let's start down here. A room. Well, that's somehow more menacing. Thea's room. A blank sheet of paper in the drawer of the end table. Markings notched into the head of the bed frame, one for each week that passed. Hundreds of tiny slivers in the old gray wood. I'd lost track of her final mark. I couldn't sleep there. Thea's dresses still hung in the closet. A room. Okay, and that's where we came in from the back there. It's down here. Nothing? Okay. I see the stairs. Another one of her bookshelves. Kitchen. We'd used the old basin for washing vegetables. The little stove had served us well during our time in the house. Some dried herbs, 3 onions, a dozen potatoes. The trees behind the house looked worlds away. And what's upstairs?
Did we see all the rooms that were down from where we were?
We did. That's where we came from.
Oh, so we saw all of those?
Yes.
I
And
see.
The bottom left one was just a room. Our first A room. Floor 2 hallway. Oh, can we see out this window, or is it going to be the same thing? From the second floor window, I could see the meadow behind the house. The 3 of us, sometimes 4, had lay often in the grass there. A room. Parlor, Isabelline's room. Viviana loved old books with unfamiliar language. Often I'd see her sitting on the floor studying piles of olden prose. Oh, was that... Ellen had sometimes left her books in my room after reading to me. Even these had gone now after the day of her disappearance. Oh, so we are Isabeline.
Okay.
Okay. So it says to sleep or not yet. I want to try going in that other direction first before we sleep for the day.
Let's do that.
We don't seem to be on, like, an internal timer clock, right? It just seems time will pass when time passes.
Seems like it.
So let's take a look over here and see what we can find out here. Stony Glade. Let's go down first. See something down there. Is there a path between the trees here? There is. To the abandoned house.
That is a very pointy house.
It is.
What's in it?
A-frame.
A thing.
What is this? I am so angry. My body has begun to turn on itself. There's a rot inside me, and I feel as if I am walking through a fog. There's no blood in my veins but sewage. Sleep is injury. Memory is worse. How could this have happened? You were there all along. So the answer becomes it didn't. This malady knows no reason, no causation of logic. It is a thing of another place, perhaps of my own mind. A curse drawn up from within and invulnerable to all from without. What did you do? I'm so angry. Let's just read the letter again. All right. Can we go upstairs? Locked. Interesting. Okay. So there's a door up there, and it is locked. All right, let's keep walking around here. Okay, so that brings us back to this point. If we go up here and then take a... Oh, there's another stairwell, and then that brings us down there. Okay.
It's downstairs.
Hold on. Before we do that, I see one more tree path up here. You can't blame me for trying now, can you? Like, demonstrably, it has given us results here. Do we want to go down first, or do we want to keep looking at the overall?
Oh, I'll go down.
The stairs are down?
Yeah, downstairs.
Okay. Skids again. A sound expressing an intrusion into this reality of immeasurable sorrow. It translates to something like, I love you. Well, that's pleasant. It's down here. Forest.
And a wall.
And a wall. Okay.
Guess it's nap time.
Did we see another way around?
Don't believe so.
There wasn't another exit from down here at this home, was there? That was all well and truly walled in. Okay. And the way we came from, there didn't seem to be any other branches, did there?
Nope.
All right. Well, let's move along. Let me up. All right.
Nap time.
Nap time. Oh. Okay, I'm putting it. So this is what happens when we dream. Hence rapid eye movement. And also equates to our sleepwalking, which is why we keep ending up in parts of the world we don't quite recognize and have to make our way back home. Okay. Let's see. There's no music here, which is honestly more sinister than if there had been. Path. Okay. Anything to say about these trees? No? Just letting them be? That's fine. Viviana's wooden house. Okay. Let's take a look inside. In fact, let me save real quick here. Warmth. Sealed road. I dreamt of a gigantic creature in immeasurable pain. A Deinon, or something like it, a world eater from the Book of Mary Ann. Its shape was familiar, but its body trailed wires, glass, fragments of cut wood. Its agony screamed across time, the death of a soul more ancient than hope. I came to slowly. My body ached. Thursday. Highly Mount Summit. 2 days remain.
Hmm.
The first time I walked in my sleep, I'd been living just outside the city in an old concrete ruin with a few other girls who came and went. We all came from places we didn't speak of, but none of us trusted each other. One morning I woke, body ringing with pain, curled up in a little park at the intersection of several disused alleys on the far side of town. I couldn't move for some time, the aches and cramps nearly blinding me. Thea found me some hours later, took me to her little tin can of a home off one of the alleys. We became close over a handful of months. Called each other sister. Viviana sometimes stayed with us, skittish as always, a flighty ghost of a creature. I'd walk in my sleep with some regularity. Thea and Vi usually managed to find me. I missed it terribly, the long walks home and the comfort of a familiar hand in mine amidst the disorientation. After a year, we made plans to leave the city together, the three of us. I still remember the colors of the hope that bloomed in me those last few weeks before we left. Look at that thing off there in the distance. Can we remark on it? The Tower of the Furnace loomed in the distance. It was a symbol of the unknowable ruins that permeated our world. It had no known entrance, except perhaps from some distant part of the skids. I see. When I lived with my sisters, I longed often for death. Now that I was alone, the ache had somehow faded. I went where my body took me. I questioned none of it. I became very patient. The dilapidated library. Well, there was another screen over here we could have gone to. Nope. Okay, it all just leads down. Got it. Can we check in this library, or is that boarded up? The door to the Hiley library was boarded shut. Okay. What about this well over here? The well's pine lid sat in the mountain grass. It looked very heavy. Inside the well, a discarded key caught the light. There was no way I could reach it by myself. Okay, so we need some way to reach that key. Can we go down? We can go down and... Oh, hi! There's a person. My face flushed. It was Viviana. Why was she here at the library? Can we go to the right real quick? I just want to check this. Okay, so there's a way over there. Let's go chase Viviana.
Sounds reasonable. Can we remark on the crystals?
Let me see if we can. Crystalline deposits of magnetic lodestone, commonly occurring. Alright. The Keeper's Shack. Is there a way off to the left here? Is that a barrier? That's a barrier. Okay. Let me just... That is a barrier, not an interactable thing, right? The past is breathing again. It's not safe here any longer. Okay. Gotta remember something. Let's check inside the Keeper's Shack. The rusted padlock hung defiantly from the latch, sturdy in spite of its age. Okay, so we need to find a way to get the key to open the shack. Can we get back here? Is this a traversable? No? Okay. We go down Mountain Oak. What is that? Is that a rope?
Looks like it.
Only part of the rope had rotted away. I took the sturdy length with me.
Can we interact with the tree?
Let me try. This mountain oak had always stood here, stronger than the rest. Below me, the alien machinery of the skids protruded weirdly from the wall of the rive. Someone's got their laundry hanging out up here. What's over here to the left? Tendrils of cold, set glass had previously reached out for something. Had Viviana passed this way? Highley Mountain was once a holy site. People would come here to pray to the Tower of the Furnace. The glass of the valve had started to refashion itself, frozen now, insisting on its unlikely identity. The cord of the great brain inside lay connected to the base of the device. What on earth? Never mind. I'm beginning to take back what I said about the world outside. It's a two-pronged valve socket, a single-pronged valve socket. Warm air escaped from the mesh panel grills. Okay. And what's this? Nothing. Okay, so we need some valves. All right, well, I guess the only other direction was to the right back up there, right?
Yeah.
Or I guess we got the length of rope now. We could try and see if we can get that key.
Right. We should do that.
More recently, people who traveled to Highley to pray had begun to disappear. The great library that had kept scripture, aging tomes on Dynan, and the skids had fallen into disrepair. I do want to see what's over to the right, though. But we in time. Is the rope enough, or do we need like a magnet or something? Inside the well, a discarded key caught the light. The piece of rope was no use. I needed to tie something to it to snag the key from the well. Mel was much too deep to crawl into, and the rope too brittle to fashion into an exit. Got it. Okay. Well, we got two directions we can go to the right here. Let's check this one first.
Those tombstones?
Tatum family. Rounds family. Left behind. Aubergine family. Homewood family. Columns of unfamiliar names. Most of them were now worn into an illegible scrawl. Okay. The boulder marked the center of the Highley monument. It was faintly engraved with the telltale designs of the skids. Okay. Left behind, the Yelverton family. The Burchett family. Acker family. And Wyndham family. Check up top here. The Highley Monument. The faded monument was no longer legible. All right, then. We'll check over here. There was one other path we could look at over here.
Yep.
Lodestone Quarry, huh? Lodestone might help me get that metal key out of the well. The ceaseless toil of a farmhand. The lodestone fragment set in my palm with an eerie weight. Thea used to keep a block of the stuff in the shop to hold loose nails and parts. No further use for the rusted out pickaxe. Alright, well let's try and get that key. Secured the rope around the lodestone and lowered it into the well. It worked, the key shone in my hand. All right. Let's go open up that shack.
We picked up the key and new elements got added to the music.
Oh, that's a nice touch. I didn't even notice that. The discarded key fit the padlock. The sliver of light brought nauseous memories. I looked away. I considered the old ladder a gradient to the library roof. Tall enough, perhaps. All this just to get into the library. Viviana had never spoken of the Highley Library. I felt something strange pass through me, descending the hand-woven ladder into the shadowed depths. A voyeuristic shame, the guilt of anticipation, but something other also. The fey electricity of forgotten dreams. Oh, we didn't make that letter. Was that Viviana then? The shelves had all been emptied. What about back here? Oh, there is stuff back there. I see the shiny thing over here. I just want to, like, check stuff out. It's boarded shut. Let's look first. Last Dynon over the cleft of Aberth. See a crowbar. History books mostly, crumbling spines. A rusty pry bar lay on the table. The darkened library felt a little safer with the pry bar in hand. I'm hearing noises now.
Yeah, huh?
Wasn't
That roof is more open than it was, isn't it?
Huh?
That roof is more open than it was, isn't it?
Oh, it might be. A thin, single-pronged valve lay on the shelf. Picked it up, immune somehow to the dusty air of the library. So there's one of the prongs we need. Can we get out this way? Let me drop a save real quick here. Did I see something over there? I didn't. The ragged end of the rope ladder hung just beyond my grasp. I'd have to find another way out. Can I not use the pry bar?
No.
Okay. What about back there then?
Do we use the pry bar on that? Oh, whoa, oh.
What? Mystery of the clefts of the Dynon myth.
May be created when a sufficiently large wound is inflicted in the rock.
This would explain something accounts the old world leaping into a great cleft to gain passage. A small misprint of the variety common to the early printing presses. 67 and 68, huh? A defense mechanism, perhaps, to keep out infection, to move their something from the wound? Possible? To a something land and or another existence entirely. Questions unknown.
Interesting.
I did not expect there to still be a stack of outdated books on the subject of electricity. Okay. We got our pry bar.
Did you hear that?
I did hear that.
Walk around over there again?
Will do.
Do we interact with that?
So, I didn't capture this, but when you boot the game up, the game takes pains to make sure that you're listening to it.
Yeah.
And that, that you can hear the auditory aspects of it. I'm beginning to understand why. Underneath the library. It was too dark to read the book.
Interact with the round thing?
Huge sphere of stone or rough glass, slightly warm. Okay. Oh. Cold sphere of stone, the narrow crack in its surface was warm. Can we press whatever this is? Reach out to feel the panel on the wall. Cold metal. Hey!
Cool.
The drawing of a Dynon. I understood that much about it. Okay. Now I have become that war inside of which grandmother spoke. I'm led to think she knows what is happening here. Sunday wends us to town. Some weeks, and that rampant city fear makes me stare into the cloth of my soul. And it is filthy, and it is fraying and weak. I control it then, but soon that ability may go. And now Fallow is afeard of me, my own sister. And I can feel it, the bile coming out of her mind and into my body, like doctor's needles of the city. Stuck me and held me, shooting phase and poisons into my bloodstream. So I ran and woke here to the Highley Library, and the time between was missing to me. Possible, I suppose, that grandmother knows not after all, but comes to me, neither do I. Now I remember, for missing times, only a vast shadow beneath me, and a great stone body to wend me back to my library. Difficulty controlling itself. The other girls, I think, ne'er took this change. I believe I may be one touched by the Dynon. Mine own fear has ne'er lived in me, rather flown ahead of like Minor's yellow birds, putting itself into anyone comes talks to me. Always flits round my outsides, ne'er to perch on my shoulder. Yeah, my fear, like strangers, ne'er me, must be appealing to 'em. Gods of stone and darkness, M. Dian. Viviana's journal. The ink of the last few lines was still damp, which means she's still around. What is this? There's a part here that looks like narrowly, neatly cut through the cave, right?
Yeah.
Mary Ann's furnace. Mary Ann's furnace. At sunset, it resembled the device where she burned her failed works. All we took to be real, our scripture said, would one day be thrown into her furnace. Our only commandment was to make peace with this looming eventuality. Good gosh. The Highly mechanism. Guess we can go down. Huh. I didn't expect it to let us go down, actually. What is this?
A cool thing.
A two-pronged glass valve. Not a scratch on it. Looks brand new. I took it with me. Well, hey! We found the valves we need to help whatever that was back at where we found the exit there. Maybe that'll get us home. Let's take a look up here again. Can we... Shifts. Right. Okay. Can we go down again?
Only one way to find out.
No. We can go up. And this was the floor we were on. Can we go up again? We can. Where does this let us out? Oh.
Interesting.
Well, all right then. In that case, I suppose let us away. It was to the left, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Slid the two-pronged valve into the machine, and the one-pronged valve clicked into place in the dusty console socket. What you got for us, friend? Though it lacked a face, the creature in the valve seemed to regard me with caution. What about the one over here? Any better? From the back of the valve, I noted the coiling tail of the beast ending in a long bristle. Though it lacked a face, the creature in the valve seemed to regard me. Oh, okay. Same dealio. That's fine, I suppose. We'll be on our way then. The gnarled sketch of a mountain oak. Most of them were dead. Poor, brittle wood. The forest, huh? I don't recall being here ever.
Yeah.
Where are we? Okay. We take a left. Walk through the forest path. The country highway, huh? Oh, and this leads us all the way back here.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So we skipped over some of these interim ones the other time, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Because we never had the chance to take a right there. Took me 34 minutes to get back to the farm. It's interesting that that's always the way through which...
What's that? And should we save? Oh.
Even amidst the decay, it's quiet here, but I miss the city. I always wondered what it would have happened in a different life. And then... Well, As you were. Is there anything different over here?
I don't remember it having these waves last time.
Yeah, I think that's meant to tell us it's kind of like end of day, maybe? We don't have a new key or anything, so there shouldn't be anything different here.
And yet there is.
I cannot be who I once was. I know that you would not want me to be. I know that if in my prior letter, through pure unfiltered logic and the distance of observation alone, I had called you a good influence, it would have been true. Perhaps, but I cannot be so removed. When you are near, I feel young, and I mean that in the full horror of its potential. When you are near, I feel as I once was. I cannot allow this to occur. You have been so careful. My skin is unbroken, but the ache lays me lower than the world you live in. Well, I'm glad we came out here to check this out again.
Yeah?
It says abandoned house, but it doesn't seem very abandoned to me. Certainly seems like things are happening there. Oh, this is broken through now. That wasn't passable before.
What's down here?
Oh, wait,
no,
no,
it's still
it
not
was
passable.
here.
Okay.
It was here. Okay. Yeah, because I remember that being a dead end at some point, so... Take a look up here. Anything new in the skids?
Yep.
Yeah! A lot is new in the skids. Hi.
We tried to reach the tower of the furnace. For days we searched the span of the entire forest, so clearly visible from any peak, and still nothing. The closest we came was the old woman who claimed to have become violently ill at the sight of its walls.
Ah.
So much redundancy in every piece of design. Why fill the soil with this sprawl of fey machinery?
Can we see whatever this is? Nope.
Some believe that the skids are the cause of the current state of the world. I think the skids' creators were fixated on something far outside the paradigm of this existence.
Guess we'll have to remember that shiny thing is here for another time when these folks aren't around. Right, sorry. I genuinely forgot, okay? I'm not like this on purpose. I swear. Please believe me.
I believe you.
Is it just me or was that entrance different than it was last time?
I don't recall.
As you were, friend. Alright, time to go home. Oh, what's that? A thimbleberry bush between the trees. We'd frequently come here to pick them.
What have you found, Vi? Caterpillar.
What sort?
This one has a sort of silky gray cocoon, curled spines at the bottom. When she hatches, her wings are a rich umber, patterned with eyes. White cross shape on the back of her body, usually. Sometimes it's hidden because of the way her fur grows differently depending on the color.
Wow, Vi.
Is that why you won't have us visiting you out in the woods? That old cabin of yours fluttering with moths.
Oh, don't. I think it's wonderful.
I only keep a few at a time. I catalog the changes in the world through the moths. I draw pictures of them when they hatch, and then I let them go, unless they can't survive. Sometimes they're born injured.
You're a sweetheart, Vivi. This world doesn't deserve you. I see. Oh, home is...
Do you understand? The obstacles in front of you, etc., etc.
Yeah, okay. I guess we gotta go find something else then. Let's go take a look around. Before we head through the caves, was there anything else out front here we could look at? Alright. Anything new in here? Nope. How about over here? That's new.
Yeah.
A tiny copper button that I recognize from one of Viviana's blouses. So she's been coming around.
Issa,
Yeah?
do you think our bodies, well, that is our souls. Never mind, I had a kind of dream.
What about?
I think perhaps I'd rather not say. I'm sorry it's so hard for me, being here with all of you.
We all have our struggles.
I just don't want you to ever think of me as cold somehow. There's so much I can't explain.
I'm sure we all only worry that you get lonely out in the woods all by yourself.
Well, yes, but when we had lived in the city, I always thought we would become something more. And we have, I suppose. We were just ghosts back then, after all.
Not such a bad thing to be.
Different clothes, voices, little gray shells.
What do you think we become, Vivi?
Moths.
Is that so?
Less light in the country. The city was confusing and painful for us.
But less lonely in a certain way.
I always thought we would become something unrecognizable. When I stayed at Thea's home in the city and you were there, or when we'd go looking for you, it felt like we were building something.
Did we stop?
We just can't see it from the inside. It's sad. Stairs.
So she never, despite being close with them, she never lived here along with the other three.
Yep.
And even though the other two have passed on, it seems like she's still doing her own thing, but is now keeping Isabella here at a distance.
So this is different down here.
Yeah. The skids seem to change, which I don't know how I feel about that. Oh.
Hello.
Are you known? Did you pray? Your sister saw a light in your mind. It's not yet time for you to let go. Okay. That's strangely menacing, but all right, friend. Yeah, the skids change every time. It's like they're like weirdly alive somehow. Anything to say about these? No? That's fine. Let's go take a hike back, take another lap around the homestead before we... It looks like picking up that memory cleared up the fogginess. So, let's take one more look around before we call it a end of the second day.
24 hours remain.
24 hours remain. And then the moon falls.
Oh, right. There's another stairs.
No,
wait, no, this is new.
Before. This is new. You can tell because the music is now menacing. We burrowed like insects. Hi.
The World Eater can open portals to other places. Once Grandmother takes a new body, you will be able to escape like you've dreamed of. It's not safe here any longer.
Huh. Ionization threshold 8492. 30% 2CH circulatory burst. Nothing was ever the same. I see. Okay. Is that a thing over there? No, that's just... Okay. It looked like a thing. It's over to the left. Wow, lots of skids. What's down here? Hi. Yeah, me too.
Transgression.
Well. Alright, yeah, I feel that. What's up?
Did we already interact with that shiny?
Not yet, but it's towards the path to the left, so I was going to save it for when we head that direction.
Our world screamed at its violent becoming. The World Eater's soul shone bright as sin.
An empty bottle of one of Ellen's medicines. How long have you lived here? More than long enough. It's not all bad, though. It's a different world with the two of you here. Did you inherit the property? You're dear to me, Issa, but there are things I prefer not to talk about. Well, will you tell me, You're a curious one, Angel. Tread carefully. You tell me how you and Thea met? Well, aren't you a nosy creature? Never met anyone like the two of you before, well, Vi, but... Never met anyone quite like Viviana either. Although you remind me of her a little. The three of you seem to know things. I still feel that I just don't quite... None of us belong here, Angel. Ours is a world too far gone to conceive of it. What you feel is normal as anything here. But... Thea was the most pitiable highway merchant I'd ever laid eyes on. I bought from her some medicine and insisted she stay and rest. She looked at me like such a stray, such a broken little thing. Even now, I don't think she realizes the extent of what she must have been through. All the years before I found her. The adoration in her eyes made my heart break every time I looked at her. Thea? A broken stray? Sounds more like Vivi. Don't be rude. They're not different. And she stayed with you after that? Sometimes. She grew better at hiding her affections. Sometimes she'd be away for months, sometimes only a day. I think she was trying to prove that she didn't need anyone. Needing someone. The thought feels dangerous, I suppose. As terrifying as anything this dying world can conjure. Do you need me? Desperate souls, all of us. Well then. The system's redundancy operated on a scale outside of failure.
Are these like terraforming machines or something?
That's kind of the vibe I'm getting, right? On a scale outside of failure. That is a fantastic way to put that. It kind of conjures up images of... what was that one sci-fi author you had me get into for a while? The one that did kind of like the space opera, but also cosmic horror stuff.
Do you mean Alastair Reynolds?
Yeah. Alastair Reynolds. I remember some of their setting involved stuff like the gray goo that had eventually just become so persistent that like it operated on a scale outside of failure. Nothing could stop it. It just kept going and doing and was always going to... Not gray goo, it was...
Wasn't it like the green fly or something?
Green fly was what came later. Because that did a similar thing. I think what it was the systems to stop civilizations from developing past a certain point.
Right.
Right, that's what it was. Scale outside of... Oh, hi!
Who's that?
I couldn't read the expression on Viviana's face. We stood there for some time before I invited her inside. Viviana spoke haltingly, more careful than I remembered her speech to be. She told me that she had been traveling, that she had seen our world from a new perspective. I did not tell her that I had seen her just that day on Hyley's summit, nor that I had read her journals. Vi told me a great many things that I did not understand, and that Thea and Ellen had not forgotten me. I felt anger swelling inside me. I told Vi that I wanted to find a way out of this horrid and dying place. She told me she knew. She held me for a time on the splintered boards of Ellen's room, rocked me gently like a child. Viviana kissed my forehead and told me that everything would happen as it needed to. And then she left. Huh. Huh. Well, what's gotten into Vi? These are all the same. Suppose we call it a night, huh?
Yeah.
Let's try to sleep.
Time for some fucked up dreams. Woo!
Woo! I
Where's
too
this one gonna
enjoy
take us?
sleepwalking to places unknown. What?
What?
What'd you say?
Where's this one going to take us?
I don't know. Let's follow the path. That's how it works, right? We follow the path. Oh, we see more Viviana's wooden house. Oh. Well, that's good and normal.
Hey.
Gonna drop a hot save. No reason. In the dream, there was the sense of years going by like seconds. Oh god, this place looks huge. I guess we keep going left. Left walls. Anything? Okay, no, I'll only look for shiny stuff. Well, that's just impossible. Began to remember what had happened the last time it was rushing past me. That does lead back here, though. Okay, so no, that does... Okay, after the entryway. What? Nope. Distant sound of raised voices, my mother's smile. Feeling of torment swept over me, then the warmth of Viviana's presence.
Number 6.
We got there.
Can we get a 7th?
She seemed to ask me if I knew what had happened. Well, that was confusing. Electricity crackled in the air around the wooden dining, bleeding voltage. From somewhere, Viviana's voice.
This world is her soul, and it is dying. But there is a secret way to begin again. Our sisters are still alive in the cleft. Isabeline, please hold on. There is still a way out.
I felt a cold wind, and lucidly I woke. Friday, Auburn Woods, 1 day remains. So delightful when you put it like that. Ellen had been living on the property by herself for some years when we arrived there from the city. She was an old friend of Thea and Viviana's, both of whom had often stayed with her in the past when they had nowhere else to go. Like Thea, Ellen seemed immediately to make sense to me in a way that I was not used to feeling. She innately understood things about me that I am only now beginning to see the full shape of. I walked in my sleep less, living on the disused homestead with my sisters. The 17 months we spent living on the farm together were the happiest I can remember. Our lives still bled, our world still decayed, but there was a peace I had not felt before. They had disappeared first, on the 3rd day of the 18th month. The dead machine spinning itself to pieces at the heart of our world brushed her hand, and she was gone. I cried in Ellen's arms until I lost my voice. Thea had been the mother I'd never known. I was a child again, left alone again. All around me, the world shuddered and spun. Fun! I stared through my reflection in the river. Well, one way out of here, I suppose.
Yep.
What a distressing concept to sleepwalk so frequently and so commonly that you're used to waking up like 40 plus minutes from where you went to bed.
It's like, oh, that's my morning routine. Gotta find my house.
Gotta find my way back again. Hold on. The Book of Marianne says the Dynan are messengers. Their gargantuan earthen bodies are flecks of ash born into the sky of our world from her furnaces approaching maw. The last Dynan sighting had been 15 years ago when 3 of them had passed over the city, moving north by northwest. Let's see.
What is that thing? 3.
1, 2, and 3. All right. Well, I think we know what we got to do here. I want to go west-north first.
Let's go west.
Forged evidence of more recent Dynan sightings was common. Some believed fiercely in the creature's constant or increasing presence. Well, don't mind me. My skin prickled as I thought of Viviana's journal in the Highly Mountain Library.
Oh.
Auburn Manor ruins. Okay, so there was a way to go left here, but we'll check out up here
shiny.
first. I see the shiny. A valve caught the midday light from the floor of the Manor's basement. No way through these bars, though. Alright, so we'll probably have to go inside if we want that. Let's check out what's to the left first before we commit to going inside.
Let's interact with the door and find that it is locked.
Okay. It doesn't look locked. Okay. Well, fine. This, no, okay. Listen, you don't have to be such a jerk about it, okay? A rusted-out single-seater carver motor barrow, very near older than the house. We used to have one at the Homestead before it seized up. We'd sold it for scrap.
Motor barrow is a good word.
Motor barrow is a very good word. I am very much a fan of that word. All right. What's out here? I know you like to keep your hands busy when you're upset, so I hope you see this when you get back from the turbine. Hate to have you storm off like that. Please just trust me. I love you. P.S. Here's the extra key. Please be careful with it.
All right.
Well,
I suppose we'll be careful with it.
Is that for us? A Wyleth City Star. Looks like it had been stripped for parts. I mean, we want to just check and make sure there aren't any.
Yeah.
Elaborate rusted husk of a vehicle far before my time. Got like eyeballs at it. Well, in we go. Said it was in the basement, right?
Yep.
The key stuck briefly in the disused mechanism, but complied after a moment. Well, this is pleasant. Is there electricity in here?
Sure is. Doesn't do much, though.
All right, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do first. We're going to keep that off while we look around. One, guest room parlor. 2, main hallway. 3, study. Pulled out the fuse out of its socket. Dead. Marked for 20 amps. I need something at least as strong. The radiator was covered with a thick layer of dust. Well, we got some stuff, and... Oh, I see. Too dark to make out the bookshelf's contents. Dim outline of the bed in the gloom. Oh, I see. So we gotta put in the valves where we think they'll be most useful.
Fuses, right?
Fuses, yes. Sorry. So let's do the guest room and study.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything that works for this.
Oh, I see. I thought we took the ones out and... Nope, I guess not. Hallway. All right. It's menacing. Pages of complicated scrawling. It's too dark to fully make out. All right. Radiator was covered in a thick layer of dust still. Pantry, huh? Can we get any more light from these windows? No? Cupboards of untouched dry goods. Woods of Alburn look still very still outside. Dishes were still clustered around the sink, filmed with dust. Chairs. Oh, that leads outside. Oh, we can run out back. Okay, hold on. Let's keep looking around before we walk out back. Ruined fuse turned my fingers black with residue. 80 amps burnt just like paper. Lightning, maybe? Alright, let's keep walking around. Basement access. Basement door, failsafe lock, huh? I see.
Interesting.
They don't want us getting in that basement, huh? Okay.
puzzle.
Puzzles? Empty.
Oh no, it's the lavatory. The ground is lava.
Difficult to ascertain the room's contents without light. Okay. So I guess getting light in this house so we can look around is going to be our first.
Yeah.
Alright, that was the study. Okay, so I guess we could check upstairs before we head out back. Or did we check that back door? That's the bedroom. Large ornate bed frame seemed out of place in the manor's bare surroundings. These four. Spare room landing, box room storage. Got it. Oh, I see. Okay. What's that over there? Spare room. Stumbled over a small book in the dark, not enough light to read it. The yard outside, thick cabling stretched off into the fields beyond. The house seemed to me like a creature parasitized, infected. A deep sadness filled me. Alright. Well, let's see what else we can find in here. A large ampule of some kind of stood in my path, irradiated a dull heat. Box room? Thought I could see some dresses in the dark interior of the armoire. Stout and wooden end table. Painting, too dark to see. Okay. And what's in this one? Equipment circuit 1, equipment circuit 2, workshop lights. Something's made here. Manor central electricity battery, 100% battery low. Battery depleted, turbine failure. Huh. Too dark to read the book. Well, guess we're not figuring out this until we get some more, find some way to light this place up, huh?
Yeah, seems like it.
Well, let's go take a look out back. Next, we took a lap through everything here, saw what there is to see, so we know what this lay of the land is first. First time I saw this, I didn't read that as a chair. I read that as a person standing there with long hair.
Me too.
Allburn Manor ruins, huh? Alright, North Glade. I guess the cable's going this way, might as well follow it.
Yeah.
Lodestone seemed to crackle with something I couldn't quite place. Well, this looks good and normal. Well, there's your problem right there. Alright.
Long friggin' cable.
Yeah, I mean, I felt a wind from somewhere up ahead. I flushed briefly at the sight of the deer skeleton in the dark of the tunnel. Pulled the carcass free of the turbine. Some sinew remained. Old bones clicked softly underfoot. Oh, so that's what we needed to power everything, and now we could stick the fuses where we want them?
Perhaps so.
Well, little hike to get back there. I guess we should also check out the area out back, the glade back here, right?
Yeah.
As long as we're back here. Let me out! Let's go around the perimeter here. Place is freaking huge. Does this lead us back to the crossroads? And I wanna check this and see if it leads us back down to the crossroads eventually. No, this leads us to places unknown. I don't know how we get over there.
Interesting. What's down there?
Do we want to finish checking out the glade before we go down there?
Yeah, let's hop down.
All right. You have a willingness to go just wherever the heck you want that is completely foreign and alien to me. Aren't you worried you'll miss something if you don't go through it in the optimal order? Oh, a two-pronged glass valve.
I am not, because this game has not given me any impression that that is a thing that it does.
Fair enough. Through the thickets. Oh, okay, this does eventually lead us back towards here. Okay. I guess we might as well stick this one in, right? We got the two-pronger?
Seems like it.
Cool. I guess let's head back. We could either go to the manor or just... I guess I want to keep looking at the glade first before we move along.
Let's do that.
Nothing like taking a nice, wonderful stroll through the dank, deep thickets. I guess this would have stopped us from going north first, right?
What?
Because we wouldn't have been able to get that manhole open from the top, it looks like.
Mm.
And now that we come from the bottom, it opens up. What's over here? All right, let's keep going around the perimeter. Well, once we've made a good look at the perimeter, we'll start looking at the interior. That brings us... Oh, that just brings us back here.
Yeah.
So if we go over here, that's just... Okay, that's all pretty tidy then. What about up here? That's just the top of the glade. Oh, there's another place out there.
Let's go in.
We will in just a moment. I just want to make sure... Okay, so there really is... I thought there was going to be more kind of in the interior of it. No, it is just that place. Yeah, let's go check this out up here. Let me in. I see your manholes and I want to walk inside of them. Inside the skids, huh? Western boundary, sealed exit, vigilance. Vigilance. Is that walled off? I can't grok if that's walled off or not.
Looks like it.
It is walled off. Okay. So that means this is probably walled off as well. Okay, yeah, so let's go left. I walked until I once again reached the surface, a dry wasteland with searing winds and no visible life. A trail of tattered fabric led me onward to the dunes, but the way back was sealed. Miles above me, gargantuan shadows twisted with impossible grace through the sand-blasted sky. No, this isn't right.
Interesting. I guess we don't go down there yet.
Interesting. Is that like an ending of some kind?
Perhaps. Let's hit the house then.
Okay, so let's not head that direction. I will be honest, that was not what I was expecting to happen. All right, so we have no fuses here.
Can we turn switches? Do they do things now?
Let me find out. I guess not, since we just took all the fuses out, but still. Okay, so that one we can't move. Huh. Maybe we check the machine upstairs?
Oh yeah, was that where the workshop was?
Yeah. Battery charging. Okay, battery charging, it says. What if I turned on the light in here? No?
I'm
very confused.
Yeah, seems like we don't have what we need for here yet then.
Strange. Okay. Where else could we go? Was it a mistake to remove all the fuses first?
Probably not.
Huh. Well, I'll tell you what, regardless, it's been about an hour and a half, so this might be a good place to call it for a session here, and I can look up what I'm missing here. Since we've been through every screen it seems like we can go to at this point.
Perhaps a blockage cleared up on some other screen after we saw a memory.
Maybe.
As it sometimes does.
Yes, it sometimes does. Well, regardless, we'll either see you next time or we'll see you in a little bit if there's only a short bit at the... We'll see you in some amount of time.
Peace.
Thanks again to our patrons for supporting us for another month. It means a lot to us that you see what we do here on this channel and think it's worth supporting, and we greatly, greatly appreciate that. If you want to support us as well, you can do that at patreon.com/8pr. All the money we make from that goes back to the channel, to buying games, buying equipment, and just keeping us doing our hobby for as long as we can. We'd love to give a super special shout out to the patrons in our I'm Jacked In tier, including Alice,
the Fighting Doll,
and Snow Flurry. And also super special shout out to Y Marsane for losing a bet during one of my Void Stranger streams and agreeing to subscribe to us for 20 euros a month for at least 1 month. Thanks. You didn't have to, but I appreciate the follow through. If you want to support us, you could do that at patreon.com/8pr, and you get access to a couple of things. You get access to some Patreon exclusive episodes before they're made available on the main channel, such as the Patreon Potpourri a month ahead of the general public, and a lot of exclusive episodes of Ace Attorney. So hopefully that all sounds cool to you.
Smash that like, comment and subscribe.